Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. Today's video we're going to be testing out some fragrances. This is the series where I test out a bunch of fragrances and I come to you guys and let you know my thoughts and opinions, whether or not I think these are full bottle worthy, whether or not I want to spend my hard-earned money on these fragrances or not. And of course, I have tested all of these fragrances out already on skin a few times to make up my mind on these fragrances. And I just have so much fun with this type of video. I love testing out new fragrances, and I was really surprised at how many perfumes I thought I was going to love that I didn't, and some of the perfumes I didn't think I was going to love that I did. So yeah, I'm excited to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you are notified when I upload. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and there are a lot of you not subscribed. A lot of you are watching, but you're not subscribing, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. That helps me out so much. That helps this channel out so much, and yeah, I would just really appreciate it. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, the first one is a house that I'm not super familiar with, but I am definitely interested in trying more from this house. So this is the house of, I think it's Solace. It's S-A-L-A-S. So Solace, I believe, and the name of the perfume I tried is Amore Torrido. And this is a fragrance that Greta Beth has talked about, raved about, and she actually sent me a sample of this to test out. But when she sent me the sample, it was in the beginning of, I think fall and winter had just hit, and I was in the mood for my gourmands. I was in the mood for my fall winter fragrances, and this is more of a summertime fragrance, but I knew I needed to keep the sample because I really wanted to test it out, and it smells absolutely delicious. So there are some fruity notes in the opening of this fragrance, like apple, I think there's grapes, I think there's apricot, but I don't get that at all. Somehow, some way, those fruity notes comes together to smell like pineapple, and I absolutely love it. There's also coconut in here as well, but I put in my notes that this is not suntan lotion coconut. This is the yummy, edible kind of coconut. I also put in my notes that there's a slight floral touch to the fragrance, which I really like, and then a very warm ambery base, and I put that I love this, and I do. It's really beautiful, and I think it's going to be absolutely perfect for summertime. And I know there's no pineapple, but I really feel like this is a pineapple forward fragrance. That's just what my nose seems to interpret the fragrance as, and it's absolutely delicious. So yes, I do want a bottle of this in my collection. I will be adding it to my collection in the summertime, and the bottles are fun, huh? Look at this bottle. I'll put a picture up on the screen, but what an interesting artistic bottle. So yeah, I'm interested in this, and I do want a full-size bottle. Up next, we have by the house of Pantheon. This is Dolce Passione. Look at the giant decant a subscriber sent to me. I thank you so much. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. I have been very interested in this fragrance because it's chocolate and strawberries, and chocolate covered strawberries are delicious. However, this is not for me, and I'm not really sure what it is. There's something with the strawberries in here that just doesn't work for me. The strawberries feel very sharp and sour. There's something in here that I don't really like. I think there's Divana in here as well, and I'm picking up something along that, almost kind of like a green sour strawberry that hasn't fully ripened with chocolate, and I don't really like it. Yeah, it doesn't smell very good on me. It's too sharp, it's too sour, it just doesn't work. I was kind of surprised when I look on Fragrantica and I saw that people were comparing this to Chocolate Queen. I mean, to each their own. It's similar in the fact that they both have chocolate, but this has like a very prominent strawberry note, and Chocolate Queen definitely doesn't have any fruity notes, no strawberry. So I'm not really sure the correlation between the two besides that they both have chocolate, but I find this one to be a lot different, and yeah, the strawberry in here just doesn't work for me. So Dolce Passione is a pass for me. All right, up next we have one that Marcy raves about. This is Trouble in Paradise, and this is by Memoirs of a Perfume Collector is the name of the brand. And I knew I needed to get a sample of this first. This was not safe for me because it has mango, and I'm not always the biggest fan of mango. It has, I think there's leather and oud in here as well. And I will say I was right. It didn't work out for me. I'm not loving the mango in here, and I definitely don't like that mango oud combo. I will say though that it is very unique. It is not your everyday, typical, tropical kind of scent. If you're looking for something that's different, that's kind of outside the box of that scent profile, definitely get your nose on this one, but I don't think it's a safe blind buy, especially if you're sensitive to oud like I am. The oud in here was too much for me, and then mixed with the mango, it just didn't really seem to work for me. I don't think it's a bad fragrance. I do think it's worth checking out. If you're interested in a unique fragrance, a unique twist on a tropical fragrance, but it's just not to my taste, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass on Trouble in Paradise. Okay, this next one shocked me because when I first tried it, I didn't like it. I went back to it and then I ended up loving it. So I don't know. This is by Lancome, and this is Lavia the Extrait. A subscriber sent me a nice little decant here of the fragrance. I was super curious about it because I recently tried the Lavia Iris Absolu. I was in Macy's sniffing around. I tried that one, loved it, picked up a bottle of it because it smelled so good. And I'm not really a fan of the original Lavia Belle, but the flankers are just delivering, you know? I mean, they're just really coming out with some amazing flankers. Iris Absolu smells amazing, and this one does too. When I first tried it, there's oud in here, okay? And I definitely can pick up the oud for sure, but this is a very well blended, non-skanky smelling oud. It smells smooth to me, and the more I wear it, the more I love it. I went from no to maybe to absolutely, yes, I want a full bottle of this. It smells so good. Yeah, they did such a great job with this, and the bottle is really pretty too. Yeah, this is a 100% yes. I absolutely want this. I just needed a minute to get used to that oud, but the oud is very smooth. It's still here though. It's still present, but it's smooth. Yeah, this is really, really nice. I really like this. So I'm going to be adding this to my collection. So that's by Lancome, Lavia Belle, the Extrait version. All right, up next we have one from a house that I have not tried anything besides this fragrance from the house. This is by JusBox, and this is Carioca Heart. And this one, you guys, I almost didn't talk about it today because I really haven't made up my mind fully on this fragrance. I think I'm leaning more towards no, but there's something about this fragrance that I just don't like, but it smells really good at the same time. It's a very confusing fragrance because it's very fruity. I think it's got mango, it's got pineapple, it's got a bunch of notes that I just absolutely love in here, and I definitely get this sweet, fruity feel to the fragrance, but there's something in it, and I can't put my finger on it, that I just do not absolutely love. It's definitely not a bad fragrance by any stretch of the imagination. I think a lot of people who love fruity fragrances are really gonna like it. And I recognize that it smells good, but then when I wear it, there's just something that I don't love. And it might be the mango. Mango is very, very hit and miss for me. Sometimes mango has like a greenness to it that I don't love. I don't like to eat mangoes. I think I absolutely cannot stand mangoes to eat, but sometimes I do like them in fragrances, but I think in here it's just not working for me. So I do think it's worth getting your nose on. I do like it, but I think I have determined for myself that I'm going to go ahead and pass on Carioca Heart. All right, by the house of BDK, we have the new Vanille Leather. It's not that new. It's been out for a while, but it's new to me. I've been dying to try this. I finally got a sample of it. I knew I did not want to blind buy this, though, because there are some very iffy notes in here for me. So I do like leather for the most part, as long as it's done in a very smooth kind of way, which I do find it to be smooth in this fragrance. But what I really don't care for in the fragrance is that it is very purple floral forward, specifically violet to my nose. Lots and lots of violet in here. I pick it up so strongly, and I really struggle with violet, and I don't like that combo of violet and leather together. I didn't really think I was going to like this fragrance, to be honest with you, and I was right. But I don't think it's a bad fragrance. I think for those of you out there who love violet, if you love purple florals, if you love smooth leather fragrances, I think you're going to like this. I think it's a good a good quality fragrance, but it's just not to my personal taste. So BDK's Vanille Leather is a no for me. Okay, another house that I've been super curious about is Born to Stand Out. I have tried a few from them in the past. They weren't bad, but they didn't specifically work out for me. But the 3 new releases that they just came out with, there's Mad Honey, there is Nanotopia, and then Happy Nuts. Those 3 I was super curious about because they sounded like Jackie perfumes. They sounded like they were perfumes that would be right up my alley. I also wanted to try Drunk Saffron as well. This is not one of their newer ones, but I thought that this was going to be a shoo-in for me because this has cognac and plum and all kinds of notes that I absolutely love. It's warm, it's boozy, and it's got saffron. I love saffron, but there's something in here that I don't like, and there's leather in here, and the leather is too much for me. I don't find the leather in here to be super smooth. It almost kind of smells like a leather jacket to me, and it just kind of ruins the fragrance. So unfortunately, Drunk Saffron, surprisingly, is a no. I really thought I was going to love this, but the leather is, it's doing too much leather for me. So it really comes forward on my skin pretty prominently, and I'm going to pass on Drunk Saffron. However, the 3 new ones were all successes. So Mad Honey, let's start with that one because I actually didn't think I liked this one at first. When I first got it, I sprayed it on my skin and I really hadn't looked at the notes, so I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes I like to just see what I smell before I look at the notes so that I don't get my mind influenced in any kind of way. And I was surprised to see that there was a very strong, prominent rose note. I wasn't expecting that. I just thought this was going to be a heavy honey forward fragrance, which there is a lot of honey in here, but the rose is rosing. There's lots of rose, and I wasn't sure how I felt about that combo of honey and rose. At first I thought, no, I don't like this, but then I kept going back to it and I ended up falling in love with it. So I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. I love the combo of the honey and rose, and I do want a bottle of it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But it took me a minute to get used to it. I had to wear it a couple of times, but now I absolutely love it. So yes, Mad Honey is a yes for me. And then up next we have Happy Nuts, which I expected to like this because I love nutty fragrances. This has almond, pistachio, there's some caramel, there's lots of stuff going on in here. I think there's some boozy notes in here as well. But then there's also some Gaiac wood, so there's a lot of woody base dry down for me. And I actually really liked it because it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. The honey and the vanilla in the fragrance definitely sweetens the fragrance up, but then you have the nuttiness, lots of almonds, lots of pistachio, which I love, and then you have this very woody dry down. I think it's a very interesting and unique take on a nutty perfume. I actually really ended up enjoying it quite a bit, and it's another one I want to add to my collection. So Happy Nuts is a yes. And then the other one I expected to love, I thought I was going to absolutely love this, and I do, it's Nanotopia. So I'm having a banana moment, you guys. I am loving banana perfumes right now. I love banana stuff anyway. Banana candy, banana desserts, banana flavored everything. I love banana in my perfumes. I just like banana. And so I really was thinking I was going to love it. However, I was a little concerned it might be a little too similar to Banana Bread Banshee because that is a very banana bread forward fragrance. It's one that I just recently discovered from Hez Parfums. I've been loving Banana Bread Banshee, but I will say they're different. Yes, Nanotopia has a banana bread vibe to it in the dry down, but in the opening, it almost seems like there's more of a candy banana feel. The first thing I thought of when I sprayed Nanotopia was Banana Laffy Taffy. That's the first thing I thought of. And you guys, I absolutely love banana Laffy Taffies. I love grape and banana Laffy Taffies. I think they're delicious. And that's what this smells like in the opening. Now, that's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody wants to smell like banana Laffy Taffy, and I completely understand that. It does kind of have an artificial candy-esque smell to it, which isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I absolutely love it. And then as it starts to dry down, I get more of that banana bread feel. I love it. So I want a bottle of it. I absolutely love it. I want to hear from you guys. Have you tried these new releases from Born to Stand Out? Because I really, really like them. And I want to know from you, what do you think of them? Let me know in the comment section. All right, up next we have Blue Heart by the House of Thameen. Oh my gosh, you guys. This got so much hype. Some people were loving it, some people were hating it, and I could not wait to find out for myself what I thought. This is a very polarizing scent. This has saffron and coconut in the opening, which I find to be really unusual and kind of interesting. And really, I thought I was going to love this fragrance. I absolutely love Peregrina from the house of Thameen, and I was hoping to give Peregrina a sibling, but it's not going to happen with Blue Heart, guys, because I'm on the team that does not like this fragrance. On my skin, Blue Heart smells like gasoline. Like I went to the gas station, got myself some gas, and spilled it on me. That's not what I'm going for in my fragrances, guys. No, I don't like it. It smells absolutely awful on me. It was just a scrubber, and I'm not Team Blue Heart. I'm not Team Blue Heart, but I want to hear from you. What do you think of Blue Heart? Are you Team Blue Heart or not? Does anybody else get gasoline from it, or am I just the only one? Am I just absolutely crazy? Or don't answer that. What do you guys think? Do you get gasoline? I want to know, because I couldn't get this perfume off of me fast enough. So Blue Heart was just an absolute no, and I will be passing on that. I did have to revisit By the House of Guerlain Tobacco Honey. I've already talked about this in a previous testing video. I tested it out and I told you guys I didn't really like it. I started to doubt myself though, because I kept hearing people talk about it, and people have been saying how good it is. And so I just kind of thought, okay, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense, because I love tobacco and I love honey. So I had to get another sample. And it turns out that I still feel the exact same way about this fragrance as I did when I first tested it. So like I said, I love tobacco, I love honey, but there's something in here that I just do not like. And to me, this leans masculine. I really like the honey in here. I think the honey is really nice, but the tobacco smells earthy to me. It smells like a wet, earthy tobacco that I just do not like, and it smells too masculine leaning for me. However, I will say that the performance of this is really good. I wore this the other day to test it out, and all I did was spray about 3 sprays on my arm, and it was wafting. I mean, it was giving. So if you do like the way this fragrance smells, I think you're going to be happy with the performance. I think it's a good performing fragrance, which is nice. When you pay that kind of price for a perfume, you want it to actually perform. So I do think it has good performance, but the scent is just not for me personally. The tobacco is just not it's not my kind of tobacco. So I am happy that I retested it so I could finally put it to rest that tobacco honey is a no for me. All right, lots of talk about Lorenzo Pazzaglia. This is a house that I've heard lots of people talking about. I've been super curious about it. And I tried 2 fragrances. I tried Sweet Xplosion, which I thought for sure I was going to like, but again, there is a very prominent note of Divana in this fragrance, and it completely ruined the fragrance for me. I did not like this fragrance at all. I actually found it to be a scrubber, because there was something very sharp and harsh in the fragrance to me, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the combo of the sweetness with this weird, I'm thinking it was Divana that I didn't like. So Sweet Xplosion is just an absolute no. But the one I was super curious about is Sugar Kisses. This is the one that I really had my eye on, because this sounds right up my alley. This has cocoa butter, milk, there's coconut, there's chocolate, there's hazelnut, there's toffee, caramel. It sounds like such a rich, dense, sweet, amazing gourmand fragrance. I was kind of surprised when I tested it, because it's not nearly as sweet and not nearly as thick and dense as I thought it was going to be. I did read some funny reviews on Fragrantica though, where people were saying that this smelled like a basic, boring vanilla. I have to strongly disagree with that. I think this is a very interesting and kind of unique gourmand scent. It's really not what I was expecting. And I had a difficult time trying to pinpoint what exactly I thought it smelled like. And anytime I have a fragrance that does that, that's an interesting fragrance to me. It's definitely not boring or basic to me when I have to really think about what this smells like. But I do get a lot of the cocoa butter. That makes sense to me. I got a very strong cocoa butter feel. I definitely got a lot of the milk. It smelled very lactonic to me. Lots of like a cocoa butter. And then all those other sweet notes kind of mixed together to give me this feeling almost like vanilla frosting. Like vanilla cake frosting, but not nearly as sweet as that. If you took out some of the sweetness from vanilla frosting, mixed it with a lot of milk and some cocoa butter. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this fragrance. That's the best I can do to explain what it smells like, because I still don't fully have my thoughts wrapped around what I'm smelling. There's lots and lots and lots of notes in here. There's also some rum, some white musk, benzoin, brown sugar. I mean, this is lots and lots of notes. But yeah, it's not as thick and dense. It's not as sweet, which is good, because there's a part of me that kind of wondered if this was going to be too cloying, but it's not. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. I actually really, really like it. The more I wear it, the more I like it, the more I think I do want a full bottle of it. So yeah, I really like it a lot. Let me know, have you tried Sugar Kisses? What do you think? I know a lot of people were comparing it to Bianco Latte, which I don't find them to be the same. Yes, they're both sweet gourmands, but to me, they go in different directions. And I do think I want a bottle. So Sugar Kisses is a yes for me. All right, you guys, and those are the fragrances that I have been testing, the ones I want to add into my collection and the ones that I'm going to pass on. Like I said, I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think of these fragrances. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comment section. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.